How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. Keeping out of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This will only turn into trouble.
This is going to be trouble.
We've got history.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Killa Kela Podcast coming to you live from central London, just down the road from where I got mugged. And we have, live inside the ride, a very inspiring muse of mine, designer. I mean, I'm not going to go too deep in the design techniques, but I ain't seen nothing like it before. And when you've heard her chat about what she does, you can go and check it out. And I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have seen anything like it neither. It's Alice Vandy.
Yay, thank you.
How's that? That feel right?
That was good.
That was spontaneous.
That was good.
That was me freestyling.
You've been practicing.
Just a lot of time on my own thinking about this shit. What's been going on?
Oh, which part?
Life, firstly.
Just moved into a new place in London.
London?
This is amazing.
London's can be scary.
Yeah. Well, my parents live in Cornwall, so I can go back there, escape at any point.
You got that right.
Yeah, I've got it sorted.
I think we're lucky in that respect, because I'm from the outside.
Where are you? Is it up?
Down.
No?
I'm from Sussex originally.
Really?
Yeah, so like home county.
My family are from Sussex.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
I don't know.
Stumped.
I don't know.
To be fair, it's such a fragmented. It's not as good as Surrey, I don't believe, but because it's a lot more cosmopolitan. Surrey. Feels more like a home
I lived
county.
in Surrey as well.
Yeah, you did. I remember that. I remember coming to that place.
That was a crazy night as well.
That haunt. Yeah, it's always.
It escalates, doesn't it? These things.
Why do we do it? Why does it get to this point?
I don't know.
Because we've had so many gates.
Eggate.
Bathgate.
Was Bathgate not the same night as Eggate?
No, that was another
God.
gate. No, that was another gate.
I had to get the train back to Woking after Eggate.
Shoegate.
Oh, geez. Which Shoegate?
You've had more Shoegates since the last one?
I've had quite a few. I went to Wimbledon last year, right? And I don't know why. I wasn't even that drunk at this time, but for some reason I decided to walk from Wimbledon to the shop to get alcohol in bare feet. I always take my shoes off.
Yeah, you do.
And some guy about 3 weeks later was like, were you walking around Wimbledon with no shoes on the other day? And I was like, some guys actually recognised me and then felt compelled to message me about it.
Oh, my God.
I mean, it wasn't as bad as Dalston Shoegate.
Dalston Shoegate that's one for the books. To be standing in a puddle and not know you've not got shoes on. And then turn around and go, oh my God, I forgot my shoes.
No, I didn't I knew I didn't have them. The thing is, I knew I didn't have them. So my friend said to me, he was like, I was like, oh, I wish the taxi would hurry, my feet are getting wet. This is like 2 a.m, it's pouring down with rain. And he was like, why are your feet getting wet? And I was like, got no shoes on, obviously. It's like, you're the idiot for asking me that question. Obviously, I'm going to have no shoes on.
What do you think I'm thinking? Come on.
Why would my feet be getting wet unless I had no shoes on?
Yeah. Come on now. I mean, like when I think of Alice Vandy, right? I do.
Shoeless.
Shoeless, legless. I mean, I can't knock the hustle.
These are the key things.
Yeah, these are the keys. But what it is that you're kind of your own engine. And that's what's interesting. It's like you kind of leave an impression, and you're kind
of free-spirited.
Yeah, you're always there, and not always there isn't like you're always there, but like you represent you first, and then what you do kind of.
I'm not sure that's intentional. I just don't think I've been able to put on an act. I just do myself.
When you were in Cornwall, was there a moment where it's like you were like, I've got to get out of here because I am full with best intentions, different, and I just have to go and do something?
Well, no. Like, people in Cornwall are all quite quirky. I think it's quite a quirky place, and it's kind of it's quite supportive of quirky individuals. Obviously, like any regional area, you do find that it's, if you don't feel confident enough to be yourself, you get a lot of like similar styles. Like, everyone tries to either fit in, or you have really, really quirky individuals.
Extremes.
Yeah, so it is extremes in regional areas, but which I guess you don't get so much in London. Like, everything's accepted in London, whereas like when you're in somewhere like Cornwall, it's not. But no, I didn't think I felt like I needed to get out. I'm quite lively, and I always knew that I liked London. Like, I always got on with London. Whenever I came up from Cornwall, I loved the fact that people just had blinkers on and would just go and do their thing. Whereas people from Cornwall would be like, oh, I hate that. It's just so rude. And because I was always on such a mission to do what I wanted to do, I connected with it more. So that's actually why I always wanted to move to London, because I connected with like the energy and the like the drive. So yeah.
Like when you're in, I get what you're saying. When you hit London, there's almost a greater challenge to make yourself stand out, because everyone's kind of just...
Yeah.
They're just so desensitized to... It must be really crazy when you've really gone to that, you know, turned it up to 13 and you're really going out, and then you go back down to Cornwall and people are like, what the fuck? Like, I get that sometimes when I go back home.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like, personally, I don't necessarily absorb my surroundings, like, in terms of people that much. So I wouldn't, if I'm walking down the street in like Cornwall, I wouldn't necessarily notice if I'm standing out.
Right.
Because I'd be daydreaming about
so
something completely different.
Yeah.
I'd be walking down in a different place down a normal street. So what I'm actually seeing is completely different. I'm visualising something else. So
yeah, I guess so. And again, it's just a kind of wayward thinking that I think some of the best creators have. They're just, they're so
you have to keep yourself in this bubble.
Yeah,
to survive, you have to keep yourself in a bubble. You can't take too much notice of reality.
It is a lot of work too. Cause,
it can be quite draining.
Yeah. And when you're kind of brand managing yourself and you are the brand and you're the creative force directing it, that's a lot of work.
And it's a lot of pressure as well.
Yeah.
You have to, like, everything's micromanaged, so it's like no aspect of what I do has not been managed to some degree. It's not like a fluke that all this stuff is all kind of like intertwining and happening at the right times. It's like you have to put a lot of work into things that actually, going into something like fashion design, you'd never have even thought you'd have to do. You don't go into, like, I guess with you as well, you don't go into like music thinking, oh, I'm going to have to do all of this boring admin-y stuff. But actually, like, that's so important.
That becomes the thing you get paid for.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, completely.
Everything else is fun. This is fun.
Well, I mean, we're lucky.
Yeah.
We are lucky, but no, there is a lot of work, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
And pressure.
And there's always an uphill struggle convincing people too that it's a bona fide job. And still, even I don't think that matters what genre of entertainment or creativity you work by. There is that. Yeah, it's not a real job, is it? I fucking hate that. But it happens too.
Well, I get it. Like, I guess it goes both ways, because I find that people think that because I don't have a real job, aka like a 9 to 5, where I'm not allowed to go out and deal with something, that if someone wants something at certain points, because I don't have a real job, I should be doing it. But it also goes the other way. Like, I can't get my head around when people don't answer the phone because they're in work. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
And if they have to go home on like a night out because they have work in the morning.
Yeah.
What's that about?
Yeah, what's up with that?
It's just, that's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. It is weird. What, for those that are just stepping into the arena right now, we're in the middle of the octagon, which is Alice Vandy, right? And just trying to get under the hood of this. Explain to the people what it is creatively that you make. Okay,
well, I am a fashion designer.
Right. And primarily, what's your favourite medium?
Well, like artistic medium. How do I create?
Yeah, what do you work with?
I started doing art, so I hated textiles. I hated sewing. But I wanted to express myself in some kind of like arts medium. I wanted to either do music or fashion. And my mum, which I think is quite tactical now, I think she thought if she becomes a fashion designer, I'm going to get loads of free clothes. Because now, because she was like, what? I was like, oh, I want to be a drummer. Like, I played drums and stuff for years.
Hold on, wait, breaks.
Did I never tell you that? I don't tell people anything. No one knows I have horses.
Right. You and me have been hanging out for a long time, and I beatbox. At no point have you ever turned around and said, oh, yeah, I'm a drummer.
Literally. What? I played drums for like 12 years.
I'm going to battle
I was
you now.
pretty
I'm gonna
good.
battle you now for that. You're going to get on that drum kit. We're going to battle now.
Have you got drum kit here?
No. That's why I beatbox.
Okay, well, excited then. We'll get some pots and pans out. We actually will. Pangate.
Pangate.
Let's
There
get
we go.
Pangate going.
There we go. I'll go for Wokgate. It's bigger.
What gate?
Wokgate.
Wok.
Anyway, sorry, as you were, I'm digressing.
Okay, what was I saying?
You were talking about your medium and
Okay, so yeah. So my mum suggested to me, why don't you go into fashion design? And I was like, okay, cool. So I was always expressing myself in school with how I dressed. I ended up getting expelled for my dress.
Shut up.
Did I ever tell you that?
No.
I really don't tell people anything.
Okay.
I just...
I will not indulge.
So
Carry on.
they said to me, you can't keep coming into school dressed like you're on a catwalk or on a beach. I was like, yes, I can.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
I did, and I got expelled.
No way. Good for you.
Yeah.
That's rock star already.
Yeah, my mum always says, don't tell anyone about that, but...
Just put it on podcast.
Out there now.
It's out there. It's out there, need for.
So yeah, no, but I'd already got unconditionally to art school anyway. With one picture, because I was so rebellious by the end of school. I was amazing until about 14,
right.
And then I got so bored. Like, there was no mental stimulation. I was like, this is ridiculous. Let's start dressing up and being crazy.
Entertaining yourself.
It disintegrated. Yeah, basically entertaining myself. So it disintegrated, and I ended up. Yeah, I had like one piece of artwork that I presented at my interview. Got in somehow. It's a pretty good picture. Mm-hmm. So,
Can we see this? Is this a picture that?
No, I don't know where I put it. I think I lost it. Yeah, I think I lost it. And I sold my yearbook for this is bad, for some vodka when I was 16. My mum was like, "Where are the?"
That is so West Country. It's crazy. It's just going to sell my CV.
It was probably a bottle of 2020.
Yeah. On the park bench.
White lightning.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I mean, loads of stuff like that happened. My parents gave us a caravan because they were like me and my brother were both on par. So they gave us a caravan because they were like, yeah, they're nuts, so let's just give them something. They're going to party, so let's give them something to party in.
Oh, so you had a caravan?
We got fields because we got horses. We had a caravan.
I can't believe you had a caravan to party in just because.
They gave us this caravan, and a bonfire area. They were like legendary, to be fair.
Yeah.
And then, so we'd built this fire. Like, this was quite a few parties in. The caravan was starting to like disintegrate, and my parents hadn't seen it for quite some time. So anyway, the caravan wasn't looking quite so great. We had this fire going, but we'd burnt everything we could find. So I'd gone down to my parents' house, like, because that was on the land, obviously. So I'd walked back down to the parents' house to raid the cellar, to get more booze, to take it back upstairs. As I was carrying this booze back up to the caravan, one of my friends was running down with this huge thing. And I was like, what are you doing? He's like, it's caravan door. We need firewood. We need firewood.
My God, so they're pulling apart your whole caravan.
So I was like, no, you can't burn the caravan. So I grabbed it back, started running back with it. He was faster than me, grabbed it back, started running back down the hill. Honestly.
Oh, my God.
Oh, it was ridiculous.
So that sounds like a defining moment. So what happened? So what happened then after that? I mean, like, was that a point where you were just like, okay?
That was 14 to 16.
Okay, so you was
16
young.
onwards. Then when I got into art school, I weirdly calmed down because I was finally like mentally stimulated.
It's pretty mad though, isn't it? That you.
I got it out of my system pretty early on.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, chin. Yeah.
Totally done with that.
As we sit.
That lifestyle.
Yeah, I'm totally over that. I mean,
did it?
I do every one of these podcasts. Yeah. We just got to hear from
wearing it.
Yeah. Hey, look, you know what? The more podcasts I do, the more I end up with a glass in my hand.
You were on a detox before this project.
It was a good idea at the time.
So then I went to art school. Knowing I wanted to do fashion design, knowing that I wanted to have my own brand, but I never thought I would have my own brand kind of immediately. I thought I would maybe 10 years after graduating then become my own fashion designer. But then when I left uni, I was managing a designer boutique with someone else, and then I got made redundant because it was like in the middle of recession, so the place just closed down. And I think that was the kick that made me just go, let's just do this. Let's just do it. Because I'd already started to do commission work. I'd already started to do the clothes show and stuff. So just thought, no time like the present.
Yeah.
Luckily, I had my parents in Cornwall who were like supportive.
And this is one of what you're wearing now is like one of your main
Care Bears.
Yeah, man. Like they never lie, do they? Not Care Bears, but that kind of material. They can't lie.
You can't hide anything in this.
You can't hide anything.
I am doing more loose fit garments and stuff.
Why?
Well, I want to, for a start. I want to do some quite like cool like tracksuits. I've already got everything lined up, ready to go.
That's awesome.
But I'm bringing out, I've got 2 brands. So I've actually separated Planet Vandy, which is the fun, like bold, like almost like festival party stuff, things like this, with Alice Vandy, which is a slightly like higher age range, I guess. More like chiffon kind of like maxi dresses, chiffon like jumpsuits. Still the same vibe, a lot of prints, but like say if I have a print which is flowers, each flower will be like a goblin head or something. So everything's got a twist on it.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's sick.
And then I'm also doing some menswear.
Nice.
Which I've wanted to do for ages, but it takes so long when you come up with like a new idea. It takes so long from the start of the idea to then come up with the designs, then source fabrics. You know, I'm so meticulous about everything. It has to be completely perfect.
Yeah, I'm glad you've is it footnote? I'm glad you took this direction, chat, because when I think of your stuff, like there is a real attention to detail. Like
Thank you.
Yeah, like from the cut to the details of the stitch to the shape, and you know, it never fails. And I've often wondered, how do people get to that point of you know, just being able to call up a particular manufacturer and to the wire get the detail on a product so tight. Like, how does that happen?
Oh, it's been a nightmare. Absolute nightmare getting to the stage, because I've had probably 7 manufacturers now. And that's crazy. I've got a crazy turnover of manufacturers. Because
multiple times doing any...
Just having to change because, I am a perfectionist for a start. And I think, because I know exactly what it is and how to do it, I think making this is easy. Now, the manufacturer I've got now is amazing. It's one of my original manufacturers. But I stupidly thought, oh, you know what, let's start to like push the margin up, get the price down so I can produce more at once and grow things more rapidly. Yeah. Which I think is a mistake that a lot of people make, actually. You think
over going too far when...
Yeah, just thinking I can build this way quicker if I do this. And then, you make mistakes, then you kind of like let the quality slide a little bit. And I've ended up with horrific like problems where panels, like the placement pieces, like this is placement, obviously you can't have some eyes. The eyes have to be in the right place.
They've been looking.
They are looking. So I think it's simple to do, and I'm really specific about, you know, when I send a print panel, you have to place the patterns. I do all in patterns, I do my own prints, that you have to place the print panel at this specific place for it to work. Yeah. And it still comes back wrong, and I've had times where I've spent days coming up with specification sheets and they've not been followed, and it's just
that's fucked.
It's bloody annoying because it's like, if I've done all this work, a monkey could make this. In fact, monkeys are highly intelligent, so I do apologise.
Sorry to any monkeys.
I do love monkeys.
Chimpanzees. My apologies.
But yeah, no, it's been hard getting to the stage where now I can just think. It's only this year that I feel completely confident with now introducing loads of new product lines. So it's going to go crazy.
Yeah,
you're going to be getting some stuff.
Yeah, man. I'm ready. And also the other thing is the design itself. Like, there's an attention to detail in that, and I've always wondered. I mean, you've shown me stuff on laptops, and I'm like, to even begin with it. I mean, I know you. I'm not going to give away too much of your science bit.
My tactic.
Yeah. But the mood boards alone are just like sick.
Oh, thank you.
How'd you get from that to that?
So this is actually how I design.
Okay.
It's literally in my head. I will see a colour and then I'll just kind of zone out. So I do this weird, I don't know if, like, I think people can do this. You know when you make your eyes go out of focus, so it's really blurry?
Mm-hmm.
I spend a lot of time doing that, and I'm thinking, do I look cross-eyed? Can you do it?
Like that?
No, hold on a minute.
No. For those of you that are listening as opposed to watching, we're currently crossing our eyes.
Like, so I make myself, I basically zone out. I could see like one little thing and then, or think of one look, one outfit, and then come up with an entire collection.
Is that like, kind of like synesthesia? Like that kind of thing where you're like, where you can envisage something and it becomes like, or a form of it where it's like you can almost picture everything happening and it's just like, and then you just translate it.
Yes, yeah. Is that the word for it?
I think it's synesthesia.
Oh,
Synesthesia is when... Oh, no, hold on, wait a minute, I'm wrong.
I was going to start
Hold
using
on the
that
comments.
night
All
out.
right, hang on the comments. Synesthesia is when you can taste words. There's food.
Oh, yeah, no, I've heard of that.
Yeah. I don't know the word. I don't know
So
the word.
that's how I design. So that's how I can... That's how, probably why I have so many ideas.
Yeah.
I'm talking probably 100 collections designed.
I've seen them and I believe you.
Yeah, it's
I
mad.
I know this.
And a colour palette, like a really crazy colour palette I can come up with.
The colours are insane.
Thank you.
Like, the colours are insane. Even the white pops. Like, this is the thing. You know
This is what one of my manufacturers said to me. They said, "How do you get?" Because when you print, you have to print in. Is it CYMK or something?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
It's the combination of those
I love
letters.
that you
I'm not
don't know
sure
that.
what order
I love
it's
that
in.
You don't know that. Carry, yeah.
And it basically means that it's really difficult to get a strong, bright green, blue, or like a yellow. It's the green and the blue that you can't get that strong.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you've ever seen, like, I've done some prints where, like, the blue is popping.
Popping, yeah.
Like that jumper that you've got.
Yeah.
Or the green
Yeah.
is popping. And I've had manufacturers go, how have you managed to do that? And what it is just
Don't give away your secrets.
well, I don't even know how to do it. But what I've happened to do is I've put a colour next to it that obviously my brain knows that offsets it and makes it just pop.
Yeah. And that itself, that's a very similar trait to when you're mixing a song.
Okay.
It's all about composition and it's all about depth and perspective.
Yeah, perspective, that's the one.
Yeah. Technically, it's across the board, and you work with a lot of affiliated, like the Care Bears, for instance.
Yeah, I do a lot of partnerships.
Yeah, partnerships, and you've done Hello Kitty.
Yes.
You've done My Little Pony.
Yeah.
You've done.
None of them are actually out, the other ones, so you've got to keep them quiet.
Chip show, reverb, Killa Kela, come on.
But everything else, shut up. That's what I've got to do. So, is there a compromise, like when you work with brands?
Yeah, because obviously I'm using, an animation style, so to speak, that I wouldn't have necessarily constructed myself, because all my work has always been very stylized. So my artwork has always been very stylized. The way I put things together is very stylized. As soon as you then add in like almost like a completely juxtaposed component, it makes it.
Oh, like that one.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's then going to make it.
Yeah.
It's a challenge basically to do that. But I've now got a bit of a formula that I apply to turn. Secret formula that turns anything into mine. And it's working. And I like it.
That's sick. That's what I'm talking about. Right. So this formula, like, does it do brands, like, because you morph a lot of the pictures as well. You kind of move them into.
Oh yeah. So basically, with the Planet Vandy, just to give you a bit of an idea.
Please.
With Planet Vandy, the idea is, and this is going to take more shape this year, so it's going to tell the narrative a little bit more. Planet Vandy is this crazy planet where we have moved to, and everything is like fully expressive and colourful and crazy. And when you're at like, when My Little Pony comes out, you're at Ponyland, and when Hello Kitty comes out, you're at like Kitty City. And
Great.
Yeah.
You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of that, when Mario, you had the start of the Mario game and you would go up the little kind of around the, these different places. It's very Zelda-y. Like,
oh, do you know what?
worlds.
I love Zelda.
There you go.
Yeah, I love
there's
Zelda.
a hookup. That's give Nintendo a call. I'll tell you what, that's a really good idea. The whole idea of like little worlds.
Well, it just means that people, it's almost, what I want to express is like a freedom. It's like a freedom thing. You can be who you want to be. Just do it and don't care about what other people think. Express yourself. Please yourself.
Do you care what people think?
No. What, how I look?
I think everything's subjective, isn't it?
Well, I think I don't care what people think, because I don't think I hurt people. So that's the most important thing, isn't it?
Yes.
So.
And because for those listening, if you go onto Alice Vandy or Planet Vandy Instagram, you'll see a lot of what is represented in the outfits being worn by. She's test driving. You know what I mean? You're kind of like rocking it as well.
Yeah.
And you've
living
got the whole. Yeah, you kind of embody this world you're talking about.
Yeah.
Do you care what people think?
No. But I say I don't care, but then I've had periods of time where so what I was going to say was that with the whole kind of like imagery composition, when I do these crazy pictures where like things have been morphed and cut out, you're on the planet, and that's why it looks crazy. So that's just to go back and explain what that was.
Absolutely,
I had this photo shoot where I was in some cosmic cat suits, like holographic cat suits, and what I did was I took my head off, made it bigger, put myself, it wasn't even on the moon, it was on a planet, so you could see the moon in the background and the earth in the background. And
I remember it.
I think you probably saw thousands of comments going, oh my God, this girl is so disgusting, she's so skinny, she's edited this. And I was like, I'm on another planet.
Yeah.
And they were like, and I think I actually posted up a picture. I edited the post being like, #no Photoshop, no edit. And everyone's like, why are you trying to say this is no edit when clearly it's been edited? I was like, well, obviously, because I'm in space.
Fucking Photoshop police, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's like, I think that's what people have started to miss in terms of like, but this whole like body confident movement, which I agree with. I don't think young girls should feel pressured to look a certain way, but I also think artists should feel free to express themselves. And what people have started to forget is that when you have a fashion campaign that's come out, that's not it's not there to be something that's like, it's not like an aspiration, it's not like a body confidence picture. It's a piece of art in the same way that like an artist may like, oh no, I didn't switch the sound off my phone. Hold on.
It's cool. We interrupt this broadcast for a very special ringtone.
Shall I...
Do what you want to do. It's all good. If you want to take it, you can.
No, it's Alexa. She's...
Okay. She's probably like, where are you?
Let me just message her and just say, look, do you need anything?
Yeah, like, do you need like a glass of vodka along with your trip to Kensal
She knows
Rise?
I'm here.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Yeah, so that's the thing. People have forgotten that actually when a fashion campaign comes out, it's not about looking real and promoting reality. It's about promoting the vision. And you can't, it's almost like doing a painting but not doing the finishing touches, So you've come up with this idea, you've then created the garment around this idea, and now you've come to the point where you're presenting it. Now, would you then stop at the presentation? It's like with Photoshop, if you have a fashion campaign, of course you're going to Photoshop it because you're a fashion brand. And you've come up with this concept and then you want to come up with the end product, and that's the entire vision.
Yeah,
you can't stop at step 8. It's got to be step 10.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Because there are some I'm just going to fucking throw it out there, all right? I remember very well, brands, they're clever. They see things online. I know personally who follows you. And some of them are big companies that you can tell got influenced by the things
really?
Yeah, of course. Like the stylizing of the leggings and things like that. I mean, it's bait,
Yeah.
I feel.
How interesting. Because I didn't see it. Because, to me, I guess you have the same thing, like with your beat. I mean, you started the whole beatboxing thing. You were right at the beginning, weren't you? But I guess for me, it feels kind of egotistical for me to look at something and go, "Oh, they were inspired," because it feels, yeah.
Because it's the truth, I believe.
Okay.
And I know you wouldn't want to, single out any particular brands, but yeah, it totally exists. Do you feel any which way? Is that a complimentary thing in your mind when it would happen?
Okay, well, it depends on what place I'm in my head. If I'm in if I'm feeling on top of things and I've got all these things coming up and I'm in a good place mentally, I see it as a compliment. If I'm not and I feel like I'm struggling and all these things are going wrong, it just annoys me. I go mental.
Does it yeah, I think that's just.
But I haven't had that for a while. I've been in quite a good place. Everything's been going.
Yeah, everything has been going awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it resonates. You can see it, You enjoying Dalston?
Is this Dalston?
No, this is Kensal Rise. You live near Dalston.
Do I? No, I don't. I live North London.
Well, I thought you lived with
we've got a new place.
Where? Actually, you don't have to indulge too much.
It's
North London.
Very north.
How'd you find it?
Have you not seen the house?
I've not been there, no.
We've got a cinema room.
Shut up.
It's like a palace.
Shut up.
I'm not even joking.
Shut up, no way. Really?
Yeah, because I thought we might do tonight and then end up going, let's do this.
Let's get absolutely hammered in the cinema.
I'm in the cinema room.
God damn it.
So the other day, so this place has got like 10 floors, but we have to get a lift. We've got a lift in our house. Let's drink to that.
I don't know what planet you're from, Vandy, but in my planet, I could do with a lift. I could do with a lift.
Seriously, like
that's amazing. That's amazing.
So me and my friend came over to celebrate my birthday, like on Wednesday, and we were in the cinema room. Now we'd set up the sound and everything. It's like amazing. You have to come over. Yeah. So good.
Hey, look,
you'll be staying in there.
Yeah, I'm there.
So yeah, we'd set it all up, and it was so loud because and he was drunker than I was. And we were watching Forrest Gump because I'd never seen it. And it was so loud that when it had like music and stuff, I couldn't handle it. I was like, this is insane.
What, emotionally?
I couldn't stop laughing because it was ludicrous.
Well, the sound was just like
in
your
face.
face.
Let's have another vodka. And it was just this loudness. And I was like, what is life? Anyway, it got to 5 a.m. I was like, I've got to go to sleep because I all wake up at 8 regardless of when I've gone to sleep. And I have a list of chores. Even if I've got like a day off, I have a list of things I still have to do.
Lists are great.
Yeah.
They're totally the most winning thing on the planet.
Great. So yeah, I was like, I need to go to sleep. So I basically took him all the way down to I was staying in Alexis's room that night. Took him all the way downstairs, which was 6 floors down. We get downstairs and he's like, oh, we've left something in the dome. It's like, okay, let's walk back up the 6 stairs. So we're walking back up the 6 stairs. Like, this is not going to end well.
It's like some first world problem I think I've ever been a part of.
That is such a first world problem, isn't it?
It's amazing.
So anyway,
Can we do this? What the fuck?
So I was like, fine, let's go up. Let's get whatever you've lost.
Yeah.
Let's go back downstairs. So anyway, I got to floor 3, which was the floor I was staying on that night. And I was like, are you going to be okay getting down? And he was like, yeah, I'm fine.
And you made him go all the way back down?
The next thing I hear is the most horrific banging. Yeah, horrific.
Did he not? Did he?
Nothing's broken, but the sound. Yeah. I thought
Did it outsound the cinema?
It outsounded the situation, the whole situation.
What do your neighbours think? Like you've got like things
we don't have I'll have to show you, but we live kind of in a. I can hear something.
So no, it's all right. It's cool. It's
in a dome situation,
people.
And those voices in my head.
No, they were definitely there.
They're back again.
They were definitely there. I'm not giving co-star credits.
So so we don't have next door neighbours. They wouldn't be able to hear. But what was I saying? No, my flatmate, the other flatmate, wasn't too impressed. He did message me at 5 a.m. going, hey, come on, guys.
Listen, I'm not...
Which I felt really bad about because I was like, you know what, you have to go to work. I don't have a job.
Yeah, exactly. You know what, there's a fine line. There's a fine line in it because when you're creative, it's like things just happen.
Things happen. This is the thing. We don't have weekends.
No, every day
is a Saturday. Yeah.
Give me that. Every day's a fucking Saturday.
So, so that was good.
When you're with a person in the house, and it's obviously demanding because like you want to be creative and you want to be spontaneous and you want to like take advantage of every hour just for the thrill of it, to find some new creative outpour.
It can be quite hard, I think, if you have two people, one who is I don't like the word conservative or conventional because I don't think that exists. That's just like a perception. But do you know what I mean? Like the feeling of when someone just sees something completely different to you, it can be quite dampening, I think, sometimes.
Absolutely. They become the negative in the room.
Yeah, even though they shouldn't be.
Yeah. They're just like the morbid ones, the practical heads, the ones that, I mean, I'm not going to dig any deeper, but, you know, it is one of those things, like when you're trying to respect and demarcate and make everything like a nice utopia of a house, and then you've got one guy that's just one person.
To be honest, like, we've never had that, so that's fine.
Good.
I've actually never lived with anyone that I haven't liked. I don't think when I lived in Plymouth, it was mental.
Was it? What, you didn't get on with anybody?
No, just bloody nuts. Really got on with everyone. And
Alice, like, are all of your adventures ladled with this kind of
ridiculousness?
Yeah, I mean, it's not ridiculous because it's incredibly endearing and it's so much fun.
Thank you.
But it's like, for as long as I've known you, which isn't long in the grand scheme of things.
I don't know why these things happen to me. Alexis even says, she's like, if anyone can make this night absolutely crazy or get this done.
Yeah. Plug Vandy in. Like, go.
That's why I have to go home now for 1 week a month. I've got to go to Cornwall just to be grounded because I escalate.
We've still got the caravan there.
No, my dad burnt it. He burnt it.
Oh, that was a waste of time. You're not using it that night.
He burnt it to stop us using it.
Really?
Because it was all flat. He was like, the only way to get rid of them is to burn it now. He's
really?
Mental.
So literally, like,
he burnt it. He set fire to it. I got back. I was like, "What's this?
What are these ashes?
Yeah, it's the caravan.
What have you done to my caravan, Dad?
Mental. That's what I grew up with. So
yeah. I fucking love it. Yeah, well, then there you go. You know, we come full circle, and we have the embodiment of Alice Vandy. Like, what music do you like? What kind of stuff do you like?
Okay, so my favourite kind of music, I guess, is like quite trippy, like obscure. Not always obscure, just quite trippy fantasy. Like, I guess the most recognisable artist would be Bjork, or Grimes.
Lana Del Rey.
Do you know what? Like, I'm a bit weird, and if something gets too big, I switch off from it because I think, okay, if the mainstream like it, it's gonna be bad.
Yeah, I do that too, man. And sometimes when there's a big film that comes out, I intentionally just let the heat go.
I do it all the time.
Yeah,
all the time. So I did get into Lana Del Rey, but only when she died down a bit, and I was like, oh god, she's actually pretty good. Yeah. So who else? Someone else really significant that I can't think of right now. Let's have a look. Look at my last downloads. There is someone that I should remember, and I can't.
There's a lot of atmospheric.
It's atmospheric. That's the one, and kind of like melancholy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were a big champion of Them and Us, weren't you? I remember.
Love Them and Us.
That was a.
Paris, I really like at the moment as well, and the XS.
XS,
XX, yeah.
XX. Right.
Yeah.
I've never got really into XX.
Them and Them and Us, I mean.
Them and M?
Them and M.
It's like the rap version of...
No, Them and Us I really liked. I've still got you guys on my phone.
Says you're right.
But the one that I... Like, you sent me a link to something. Is it like Poison? And then the link expired, and I need it again.
You need it again. Well, I can definitely send it again. That's no problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a good time, and that was really where we really got down to forging like a lot of stuff and hanging out and doing all sorts of stuff. It was good.
It was good.
It was good. It's, you know, that's the thing with projects. It's like, and I'm sure you experience it when you're dealing with brands and whatnot. Like some things are like squares going into circles. They don't always fit, but
it fitted.
Yeah, and you always come away with something saying, well, you know, if this brand didn't like this, and that's cool, but I learned something because it was that. You know, do you still go through that? Do you still have those moments where it's like,
that wasn't worth it.
Yeah, and I'm still
reasons, but...
juice weren't worth a squeeze.
Yeah, it's strange because some things I do, I think this is the one that's just gonna have so many like positive repercussions, and then it doesn't, and then other things that I'd spend no time on have result in so much positivity. But it's just, I guess that's just natural. It's just a case you can't predict what's going to work and what isn't. Like I know what I think looks good. But yeah, I guess that's just kind of natural in like a creative arena, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
you can't control it.
No,
and you can't. The thing is, you're relying on what people perceive. You're not. So you have to be really careful that what you actually project and what you're wanting to project is actually received. Yeah, translated in the right way. Because as artists, I think you can have a tendency to completely go from like A to Z. And if you miss out all the letters in between, it's not going to be translated properly.
Oh, I like that. That hasn't been translated like that in a podcast, and I like that. It's true. It's really easy to like forget the middle bit, isn't it?
Because you have such a strong, consistent vision that you would forget that you haven't told the story correctly. Yeah. You can't miss out all the chapters.
Yeah. And that's something that you get taught. I mean, I went to art school for like a little bit. I mean, I was pretty much the same as you. But one thing that they did teach me...
A little bit rebellious.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say all the best people. Like, it's not that. I think it's horses for
courses.
It's
all the best people.
It's all the best people. There's no Brit school around here, baby.
Just whisper it.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, it's true though, isn't it? It's like you throw away the rule book and you just you kind of go for it.
I didn't even read the rule book.
Yeah, rule books are okay. But one thing I did take away from
they're good for like firewood.
And caravan firewood as well.
Exactly. Burn the rule books, not the door.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's the motto I'm going to live by.
Yeah. And you've lived by that ever since. Every time something like this crops up, you immediately thought of that caravan door. You're just like, nah, rule book.
Preserve the caravan.
Yeah, exactly. No, I did learn that there was a process between beginning, middle, and end, and that middle, that's the most horriblest bit. That's the bit where you're
Isn't
tussling.
it?
And it's not
because it's never ending as well.
Yeah.
The middle is
like,
never ending.
End? Yeah.
And then you get bored of a project. And you're like, oh god, this project's so bad.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and you think it's rubbish. Yeah.
Some of my friends, a lot of them are just like, well, how do you go through such a process for so long and not get bored? It's like it becomes a labour.
I don't get bored. Like, I can zone out for days on end.
Really?
Like, yeah.
Is that a level of zen? Is that a zen?
You know what it is? You get so sleep deprived.
Meditation.
Like, obviously I go to sleep. Maybe it is. But do you know what I do? I put on the same track over and over and over again, and I get into this like hypnotic state.
You're not the first person to said that.
Well, I read an article on it because I was doing it and I was thinking, is this weird? Like, better check. How weird is this? And I read an article on it. Apparently it is a process of getting yourself into this like hypnosis where you it means your brain can fully focus on what project it is. So then I was like, okay, that makes sense. That's why I'm doing it. And now I deliberately do it because it works.
Right.
Yeah.
Very good.
So I'll do it. But the thing is, it's really hard to sleep when you've been doing that like all day. Like I could get up at 7 and then be doing it till 2 a.m. It's actually then really hard to then fall asleep because then your head is still, it's got the same track on.
Oh, I can imagine. And what about when there's a deadline? I mean, I get completely hooked on certain songs. I'm there for like days with it.
Yeah.
But what if you have a deadline and you're still kind of umming and ahhing trying to get over to the...
I'm really good at making decisions now. Yeah, I'm quite a snap decision maker. I know straight away I'm like, that's not going to work. But do you know how I've come to that thing? Like I've basically organised every aspect of each brand so that I know exactly what the colour palettes are, know exactly what the styles are. So all these like questions that would have arisen before, just they don't arise now.
That's cool. And it's the same with music. You have your sound library, you've got your colour palette.
You have your sound and you go, well, does this fit into my that concept or does it not? If it doesn't, scrap it, come back to it and change it.
Cool as fuck. Cool as fuck when you know what you're doing. You know?
Takes a while though, doesn't it, to get to that stage?
Yeah. 10,000 hours. Approximately.
Of the same tune.
Yeah, same tune. With the same tune.
Over
the whole
and over
time.
again.
Yeah, just hope it's not like Napalm Death or something. Which you really will go and be going. I love Napalm Death, by the way. Yeah, it is one of those 10,000 hours jobs, isn't it? And as you develop, I was talking about this earlier, it's like as you develop your techniques, they become you kind of put them in a box, like, because the 10,000 hours is so, there's a lot of it. And you come up with ideas and things happen, and, you know, you take a technique that you may have done 5 years ago, but all of a sudden it becomes relevant now. You know what I mean? There must be a lot of that where you're like rehashing a very similar...
You've been looking at my Instagram.
Hey.
What are you saying? You have to repeat myself.
No, not at all.
No, I know what you mean. So basically I've had to come round to the idea that rehashing is fine. Because when I was studying art and stuff and fashion, when I actually went to do fashion design, it was like in an era of like Vivienne Westwood. It was either High Street or it was like Vivienne Westwood, Alexander McQueen. Yeah. And obviously the high designers, it was almost like the supermodel thing. You had like a series of supermodels, you had a series of high designers, like couture. And each season they completely reinvented themselves. Now the way it is people have access, because of the internet, people have access now to every single brand.
That's right.
So they don't need one designer to be rehashing and restyling each season. They actually need to know what they're going to be getting from each designer. So they know, okay, well, if I want some kind of like crazy party wear, this is the designer that I go to. If I want some like chilled loungewear, this is who I go to. So the arena has completely changed as I've kind of like moved into it. So actually, like, I started off thinking I'd have to completely change everything and reinvent every single season. The way it's worked, I do kind of rehash a bit. But it works. You can, by changing one colour in a print, it's a completely new print. It's a new energy.
Right. It's right. It's true. It's true. That's why it doesn't get old, and the fact that you're that's what becomes your signature look as well.
Yeah,
you
I was going to say it becomes a signature thing, and it becomes more like instantly recognisable. It's almost like having branding.
Branding wise, your whole image changes per season. Like I mean, actually,
my image changes. Well, it does and it doesn't. I think it's always got this kind of like otherworldly, fairy, mermaidy. There's always a bit of a mythical creature in there.
Yeah, it kicks.
I think that's like, the Cornish.
Yeah, I think so. And the unhinged. I'm doing it.
I like that.
Isn't it? You know,
yeah, I like that. Yeah.
So what else is planned? What's for the future?
What else is planned?
You don't have to indulge too much.
Okay, well, I do have partnerships coming out. Care Bears is coming out shortly.
Yeah, so get that in. Yeah.
That was awesome. I liked designing for them. They're cool.
Yeah. Looks good.
Thank you.
If you're not watching, you're listening. But Vandy is wearing Vandy. It's you hit the YouTube. You get the idea.
And menswear.
Yeah.
So, and I've also...
Hello.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I mean?
And I've also got, kind of just a few different things coming out later this year that are slightly different to what I've already done. A bit of a change. There's a bit of a change coming for one of my brands.
Change of the foot.
Change is good.
We like change.
So,
change is good. We'll make sure this gets out in time for that then.
Amazing.
Right. So you heard it first. Change of the foot. It's Killa Kela Podcast.
Yes.
Live and direct for you funky asses. Alice Vandy.
Thank you.
Gorgeous Alice Vandy. Killa Kela Podcast. Stay lucky. Don't talk to strangers, and watch out for wild women.